So having is a clause after which you put some logical expressions. So, but it's different from where, because where is used to filter based on the values of certain columns, whereas having is used to filter based on the output of aggregate functions. Where works on the level of each row or each record, whereas having works on the level of groups. So having is most commonly used in conjunction with aggregate functions that we just went over. So you wouldn't put an aggregate function you wouldn't filter by the value of an aggregate function in a where clause. You would put that in a having clause. All right, let's see what the question is here, and I'll also explain the syntax. Okay, so we're back to the employees table. The question says, retrieve the department and the average salary for departments with an average salary greater than 60,000. Display the results in descending order based on the average salary. All right, so we know we need the department total average salary. No, is it average of salaries? No, as average salary for departments. Okay, so it's actually average salary per department. That's what we're getting. Condition is that the average salary is greater than 60,000. And display order descending by average salary. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. So our select is already there, department, and then average. We're averaging the salary column. The question tells us what to call it. I'm just gonna copy this.
I mean, I have a question.
Yep.
So when you are trying to answer this question in interview, do you recommend writing like the comments, like you showed previously, like department, average salary?
This one.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Like for some, if you're already advanced, like this may seem silly. It's not a very complex question, but I absolutely do. Even for things you need in your select, people forget things they need to retrieve. They forget conditions. As the questions get more complex, so will your pseudocode. This speeds things up. I've basically done all the thinking. Now I'm on autopilot when translating this to SQL code.
Got it.
Yeah.
So like in advanced questions, I've seen that the conditions like you have to join tables and stuff. So like, how do you recommend writing those conditions? Like condition
When you have joins or?
Yeah. I mean, like, let's say they will ask, like, find the average salary in a period of 5 months in 2023 or something like that. And then they say, whose department is this particular department, and they add few more conditions. And so how do you recommend adding conditions? So you want to just make sure they're all there so that like the interviewer will understand that the thought process is good or
Okay, I didn't catch one part. Do I recommend adding what?
Adding more conditions, like writing conditions, like line
Absolutely,
number 5.
Writing more conditions. And this is another reason this is simple is because we have one table. But for the first part where I'm putting down what I need to retrieve, I would also put notes about which tables that is from. If I have another table and I need to do a join, I would write a comment, a bit of pseudocode about that, right? So yeah, I would add more here. If there's more complexity here, there would be more information here for sure.
Oh, nice. So that would be helpful, right? Like during coding. So do we need to ask any additional questions to interview, like while we are writing the conditions?
During interviews, asking questions is crucial. So this is not a session on that, but like briefly, I can touch on that. You want to talk out loud. You want to break down the problem. You want to ask questions if there's any ambiguity here, or if there's not, and you can't think of a question as you're writing code, you want to check in with the interviewer. Things like, am I on the right track? Or am I right in assuming that I should do X, Y, and Z? For example, here, I could say, am I right in assuming that this is the average salary per department, right? Not the total average, things like that. Though I think this is a very clear question, but yes, ask questions, write pseudocode, ask for feedback on your approach.
Thanks, Milan.
You're most welcome. Okay, where was I? Department average salary per department, where the average salary is greater than 60,000. Okay. So again, from employees. So because it's average salary per department, again, we're grouping by department. And we need this condition that the average salary is greater than 60,000. Since the average salary is an aggregate function and we've grouped by, we want to say having average salary greater than 60,000. Right. Let's run this. I think it should work with the alias. Let's see. It does.